What's up, guys? It's your boys Wookie back out with another Chris Watts video. And obviously, I'm making this video because this story is far, far from over. And I guarantee you with my gut that I have this feeling. And I definitely would say that my gut feelings are like 90% of the time correct. And I feel like we will see something happen. It's not going to happen soon, but I feel like something will happen eventually. And this video is definitely going to prove into that, because it's not over. I guarantee it. There's hundreds and thousands of YouTubers, including myself, that think the same thing. I'm telling you, this is far from over. But before we go into this video, make sure you guys are subscribed by hitting that white bar icon down the bottom right. Hit the bell icon next to it so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I've posted that video. And then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, I thank you guys so very much. We're almost at 34,000 subscribers. And it's all because of you guys. We're trying to get to 50K because I'm going to be giving one of you guys a Meta Quest 3 virtual reality headset for free. So make sure you guys get to that 50,000 subscriber goal, and then we're trying to get to 100 so we can give away 2 more of those bad boys. So with that being said, let's get into today's video and see why this story of the Chris Watts murders is far from over. Let's take a look. The video that we're about to watch is from Michelle After Dark. A few of you guys have been mentioning that I need to take a look at this, and that's what we're doing right now.
Raw drama in court as the cold-hearted killer who murdered his pregnant wife and 2 daughters is sentenced. The father of slain Shanann Watts gave an emotional statement venting his anger and grief.
Which there's some YouTubers that are actually blaming him for withholding evidence. Why would he have to withhold evidence?
You heartless monster. You have no heart or feelings or love. Prison is too good for you. This is hard to say, but may God have mercy on your soul.
The man seated to my right smothered his daughters. Why?
We still don't know.
Horror in Bella's mind,
besides Nicole,
as her father took her last breaths away. Your Honor, understand very clearly, Bella fought back for her life. The frenulum, the connective tissue between her upper lip and her gum, had a centimeter and a half laceration. She bit her tongue multiple times before she died. She fought back for her life, as her father said.
Put your hands.
I think he's crying because it wasn't him that killed the girls. It was Nicole. I wholeheartedly believe that Nicole is the one that took the girls out. He took his wife out. You can't change my mind on that. All the evidence that I've seen and everything that I know that I've seen so far within the past 3 to 4 months of like updating myself in this case, Nicole was involved physically. I mean, we don't have hair follicles, we don't have fingerprints, but that's the problem, is we have so many things that have gone quiet, that have gone silence, that have gone abruptly like gone. And there's so many people that are paid, so many people that are like related to Nicole Kessinger that were with Chris. It just doesn't make sense, and that's why this case is completely like all over everywhere. I literally watched and looked at a magazine yesterday. The Chris Watts murders were in there, and this was dated like the 23rd of February, last February. This case is not going to die. Chris Watts was subjected to solitary confinement in Weld County Jail between arrest and sentencing because all the jail mates wanted to take him out.
My wife's met and did that same thing.
Did Shanann fight back at all?
He would later plead guilty to all 3 murders. Overnight, the Colorado DA's office releasing dozens of videos from the investigation. The Watts home being searched by police and canines. Surveillance video showing Watts loading items into his truck in the morning after the murder. Later, he's seen showing investigators where to find his family's bodies.
Okay, can you work it for me?
An open and shut case, right? No, it is not. No, not right. Something most definitely is not right. Let's look at what was wrong, and to do this, day is baffling. Sorry, I apologize. Even from that very first day, that incidental police search, things were botched. Let's begin with some examples. Things were not looked at. They didn't use gloves. Exactly, why? This is perfect. Looking for hair, dirt, fingernails. Exactly, why don't you have gloves on? That's the first thing they do when they walk in the house.
Been on. I may have to turn in a hurry.
I like this guy? Is that what you just said? These are the cops that are outside. The search of Chris' truck was no search at all. They looked in the back and that was it. They left Chris stay in the house overnight on the 13th into the 14th. Even though Chris was not a suspect at this point, there's still a potential crime. Why not secure? Exactly. You're supposed to take the vehicle, all his clothes, something about his clothes. Couldn't they put him on like a 72-hour hold? Because 9 times out of 10, the potential suspect is the spouse that is possibly the murderer.
I'll go in there and get the card.
Yeah,
you
go ahead.
Go in the house.
I haven't seen that body cam footage. Police plan a dog search to try and find a scent of the missing people, which they had 2 dogs that came in. They asked Chris for items that would have Shanann, Bella, and Cece's scent, which aren't contaminated with his scent. He touches them.
Okay. Do you usually pick it up off the floor and put it in? Beds? Have you touched their beds today?
I made them.
You made them. Okay. Do you like pick up the pillow, that kind of stuff, or do you use it?
Despite contamination of the scent are seen due to not searching it on the 13th, they go ahead with dog searches of the house. So that could be a whole throw off in itself. Sorry. This dog was alerting, noticed the 2 barks at regular spaces in intervals. It was a trained response, not a dog's normal bark pattern. Therefore, why was the basement not forensically tested? I said this on my last video, or not one of my last videos, with the dogs that came in for 1 traumatic event and 1 for the scent of missing people. So they apparently, yep, there's something going on down there. The cops came down, police, whatever. They looked around. They're like, yep, nothing's wrong. Are you kidding? Like this, why aren't they wearing gloves? Chris confessed to killing Shanann, but not his daughters. However, he disposed of their bodies. He was arrested. And then in one of the interviews, which I did mention too as well, he said, we dug the hole. We buried Shanann. I don't know how they didn't notice that, but he said we. If I have to make a video where it shows we, I will make that video. The bodies are recovered from Survey 319. 3 days later, the police entered the house to remove items as evidence. 3 days later, so it gave him time to erase, delete, clean, whatever have you, anything. They're wearing gloves. Good. Now, shouldn't you wear booties? Like those booties that you put on? So your foot don't... but they're mixing items. Oh my gosh. So they're not using zip bags, duct tape bags. These are plastic garbage bags and can alter or destroy potential evidence. After this, at midnight, the house is released and hold on. And no longer considered a crime. Are you kidding me? This is what I'm talking about. These cases I've seen go on for months, could be years. And they, within, what, 2 days, signed, sealed, delivered, and we're done? You should be taping this whole place off for at least a good couple months. But once he committed, or once he confessed, they're like, yep, we're done. We got our murderer. They have a potential confession. They have the bodies, so that's it. The murderers was strangulation.
An organized chaos for what's going on, so I just hope we didn't cause too much of an issue with your process. I'm sorry, what?
Police are called to a potential burglary at the house on the investigation. Chris's defense team were there doing their own check. Are you kidding? They noted the lack of evidence collected.
I don't know. I wasn't here. I was out in...
I've never seen any of this footage.
Out in the...
Rourke had already ordered the house be released. So again, another chance to gather evidence that is lost.
Subdivision talking to people, so I don't have a clue who was in here or when or how long. Sorry.
No.
Don't you date all that?
No,
Like,
all that stuff was done.
don't you have like time sheets of when somebody goes in, when they come out, what date, what time? They dropped the ball on this completely. I never seen so much despicable investigation in my life.
And I wasn't even at work yet, so.
Because we don't see any signs from where samples were taken.
Okay.
Normally, we have a lot of those.
She's even saying it.
So that we know where we.
Did I not tell you those signs that have like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that marks and stuff like that? She's even saying it. She's like, this is I've never seen this before.
Took anything, but we don't saw any. It looks pristine.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. Yeah, this isn't what a normal crime scene would be really classified as. It looks, by the looks of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Son of a biscuit. Evidence collected was botched from the day one, so it's good that they got their man, right? Exactly. They're like, we're done. Plead guilty to all charges, right? No, not right. Wrong. Amen, sister. What kind of thinking is simple? The hindsight biased at play. They knew none of that then. So let's continue. Please do, because this is pissing me off even more. Imagine the possibility that Chris covered up for someone else. That's another thing. They said that possibly this was not Chris. Which I'm not saying it's not just Chris. That Nicole and Jim were the ones that took them out. All of them. And that he's the one that just stayed by and just let them do his business. Which I don't believe for a second that it was not him at all. But that's another theory, which is flipping phenomenal. Like, ridiculously out of the norm. I shouldn't say phenomenal. It's out of this world, I should say. Even if someone confessed, prosecutors still have to prove enough evidence for their guilt to be proven beyond reasonable doubt.
Am I in trouble because I deleted his text?
You're not in trouble.
I didn't know what was going on at that point.
So,
She claimed that she deleted Chris's text because she was disgusted by him. Okay, no, I'm sorry. Understandable, but is that true? No, because she told her friend, Charlotte, and Chris to delete theirs first.
I know. Does that cause question?
Of course it
does. There is, but is it criminal? No.
Yes.
Is there concern that you're hiding something?
I said this before. I know I keep pausing. You guys are probably like, Zwolki, will you stop pausing? But you guys don't want me to talk during my pauses or the video. So deleting evidence, withholding evidence can be subject to up to, or I should say 5 to 15 years because you're tampering with evidence. They don't know what evidence it is, But with you deleting that, you can do prison time for 5 to 10 to 15 years as the max, and over $100,000 or $10,000 to $100,000 in fines. She got, kidding me? And yeah, I'm crazy.
Potentially. That's why I want them, or I wouldn't be asking for them.
I know.
And you've
trying to give you guys
you've been upfront with me about everything. I don't have a concern that you know,
all this evidence and they didn't even use it.
You know, go kill your wife,
No,
or
no.
get rid of your kids, or I don't.
They
want
gave
to
her the benefit of the doubt, but what about when they got the results of her web searches back? They didn't at least interview again. Exactly.
Things that ever came out of your mouth. We've talked about that.
The girlfriend you referenced in court, can you give us a better idea of her role?
And somehow, some way, this man, Michael J. Rourke, the DA, is related to the Kessingers.
In the investigation, how forthcoming she was and how she helped.
She originally came forward and spoke to investigators on her own volition.
To better her name.
At the time, unfortunately, that she came in and spoke with investigators, she had deleted all of the information off of her phone that had any connection between her and Chris Watts. That hampered the investigation. That hampered our ability to get that electronic digital connection between the two.
So they're like, yep, you're good.
She was interviewed on multiple occasions. I believe that for the most part she was forthcoming in the course of those investigations.
Believe for the most part?
We don't have any reason to believe that she had any prior knowledge or involvement in the death of Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and Nico. I think that's the best way I can answer that. Like I said in the courtroom this morning,
they let this mistress off the hook without further investigations because they got their man, right?
The Rusick family said it very, very well as well. I don't think he will ever tell us. I don't think he will give an honest assessment.
Even if she completely is innocent, that alone is incredible. Exactly. In November 2018, after a botched investigation on a confession alone, they accepted his plea. Indeed, they may have done more than merely accept it.
Why he did what he did, how he did what he did. I intentionally called upon him to see if he would answer those questions in the courtroom this morning. Both his mother and through their attorney, his father, said that they hope that he will be honest and come clean someday and
but he said he would take it
to his grave. Because I think, like I said this morning, those are the questions that will always haunt anyone who was involved in the investigation, and I don't think that there is ever
Herein lies the problem.
Satisfactory answer.
Too many questions and not enough answers.
Is the Rusick family.
And all of this begs a question of its own. Was there a cover-up? Yes. There's a cover-up 1 year earlier. In 2017, 2 deadly explosions occurred at Anadarko. Ooh, okay. Hold on, this is stuff I don't know. In Firestone and Mead, which created negative press for the company. Anadarko Petroleum, all the answers about Firestone. Oh! Anadarko research settles with families of men killed in Firestone home explosion. Was this an insurance fraud thing? Kind of. Arguably, Anadarko could not afford any more bad press, reputationally and financially, especially at the time of the murders. A competition for a buyout was underway, which I did hear that they got bought out, and that this place, Survey 319, was actually destroyed. Oil is big money. A call to Rourke to shut down the investigation would not have gone unheard.
One, I've taken on district attorney who also ultimately went on to become a congressman, and I beat him in a federal civil rights case, and took on the whole system here. So my name is my name. I do it under my real name. You can Google me and find all the information you want. I don't hide. So I just learned about this because I have a friend.
And this is all the information that I've been getting is from Larry,
who was working in Weld County at the time and told me about.
I'm going to be talking to Amber here soon.
So much corruption, and I know
Hopefully.
he ended up quitting his job over it. I know he witnessed a meeting between the Congressman Ken Buck, who was
I didn't say it.
The district attorney for Weld County, and he is also Michael Rourke's political, mentor. And Michael Rourke sees himself as the future congressman and successor to Ken Buck. Ken Buck's very powerful. He's also the state chairman of the Republican Party in Colorado.
Okay.
I'm sure you know who he is.
Yes.
Anadarko, executive, also was at that meeting.
That
meeting was 2 days after Chris.
That apparently also Nicole Kessinger was fondling with.
After Chris's original confession.
Interesting.
Rourke walks out of the meeting, walks into the office, calls a entire office meeting, and immediately tells them all, the case is over. I want none of you to say a single word about this case unless it goes through me or I approve it.
Wow.
Nothing. Everyone shut it down. It's over. Forget about everything you've seen.
Wow.
My friend was not happy.
Right.
So I've heard this stuff. He's also told me other stuff. He's also told me stuff about everybody in the office knowing that Nicole was involved in some way, and that there was another affair that I'm not sure even Chris knows. Maybe you can answer it for me.
I told you.
Does Chris know that he was not the only person she was having an affair with?
No.
There's people that came forth
I
that
think
saw
he did,
her.
because he was not the only person. There was another. He wasn't even the only person at Anadarko. There was another executive.
Although it doesn't excuse the sloppy initial evidence gathered, it would explain why the case was shut down without consideration of whether Chris had an accomplice. It also explains why the mistress has literally disappeared. This is how big this is. She has disappeared because of money and power, and possibly darkness. I'm telling you, this thing is like up on the totem pole, so far up there, it's ridiculous. However, if there was an accomplice, why did Chris take the rap? And why is he continue to keep quiet to this day? Remember, he wouldn't have known about this cover-up when he confessed. That, I think, he's just a black sheep. They used his family as collateral. They used him as a scapegoat. They destroyed his family, made it look like a murder. Well, he did murder his family, but then, lo and behold, I'm telling you, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Is there another cover-up? I think there is. A cover-up before a cover-up, so to speak. There are several theories. There's hundreds of theories. Chris, committed all of the crimes and acted completely alone, no accomplices or any other angles to this story. If true, justice is served. Any possibility cover-up in the DA's office is irrelevant to the outcome. 2. Chris originally confessed was true. He killed Shanann because she killed the girls. No. There's no way Shanann did anything to her girls. I'm telling you that right now. There was no evidence that supported this hypothesis. There is no evidence for this, though vitally information could have been lost due to sloppy initial police work. Yeah, on Chris's part, and Nicole. Chris's behavior immediately post-crime in hiding the girls' bodies would indicate this theory is false, and that Chris would still be imprisoned for life for murder for Shanann. This is getting nuts. 3. Chris committed the murders, but had an accomplice who is currently walking free. Chris is where he belongs, but due to his misplaced loyalty, which he probably was loyal to something, and he got screwed for it. And the cover-up, someone else's, is as free as a bird. He got thrown under the bus. Yeah, Chris did not commit the murders. No, I believe he committed the murders, but he was involved. He was involved as the main guy, but somebody helped and then walked away, made it look like it was him all, and then just walked away free. There is 2 people on this camera. Even if he did not commit murder, he would still be liable for other charges. Ooh, hold on. But perhaps not left without the possibility of parole. Could it be that Chris has taken the rap for more than one accomplice? That's another thing. People want to speculate there's more people than just 2. I don't know about how far that has gone, but I don't know if you guys want me to look into that, but there's apparently people that he works with that were involved. Do you want me to take a look at that? Was there more than 2 people, or was it just Chris and Nicole? This case is more than I ever thought it could be. Like, in bad negatives. Like, bad. Was there an organized plot, a foiled plan that went wrong, so was cover-up before there was cover-up? Was there cover-up for that cover-up?
Your life is not over. It is not over.
Is Mommy Cindy right? Is the story not over? The story is not over. The story. Chris is over. But the story is not over. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Please, for the love of baby Jesus, all that is holy, for those that are watching, subscribe to make these videos and channel blow up so that maybe we can all rise together and get this case reopened. There's people out there that think that we can't. If there's a will, there's a way. I think not just myself, but all the other YouTubers out there that can do this together. If we do comment, like, subscribe, I mean, you guys are probably like, this man is completely nuts. But there's strength in numbers. And I'm telling you, I don't want credit for this. I don't want credit for bringing justice. I just want the justice. I know there's probably people out there that want the credit. I don't want the credit. I just want to see Nicole in handcuffs. I want to see her crying, stating, I was involved, I'm sorry, I didn't. I want justice for Shanann, Bella, Cece, and Nico. I want no credit for this. I just want to see somebody that took little girls out, including their mother and an unborn baby, to be held accountable and put in justice. If they don't get justice here, you can best believe that they will be getting judgment when they go see the big man upstairs. I'm telling you. But we're not done. This story is far from over. Comment your thoughts down below. Hit the like button for more of this kind of content. Subscribe for more. There's tons to enjoy on here. And with that being said, we'll see you guys in the next video. Please take care. Keep nerding on, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.